Grandmas Are Greater Than Great by James Solom, illustrated by Derek DeCirto. You come from grandmas of grandmas of grandmas of grandmas going back thousands of years. You needed them all for you to be you. Many grandmas ago, one great grandma held a baby day and night, hugging her back to health. And when that child was well again, they both wore big red hollyhock flowers for hats to celebrate. And the baby let out her first laugh. That baby grew to be your great grandma. That grandma was a pioneer and didn't even own a shoe. She had heard of electricity, but didn't believe in it. She survived a war, so fevers didn't scare her. She fanned mosquitoes away from her baby, even in her sleep, her hand sweeping time to her snores. That baby grew to be your great grandma. That grandma dreamed of her baby all grown up and fancy in a house with real glass windows. Maybe she'd even be a teacher in a one-room school, drawing alphabets in a sunbeam swirled with chalk dust. Then the baby broke the family's only bowl and woke that grandma from her dream. That baby grew to be your great grandma. That grandma knew how to milk a goat and fix a wagon wheel. She knew how to rope a calf. But she couldn't get that misbehaving cloth to be a diaper. So she put her newborn baby's bottom in a bonnet and showed her to the stars. That baby grew to be your great grandma. That grandma cuddled her baby in a sleigh, whooshing across the frozen lake. At the lake's far end, an old woman sewed blossoms made of cloth into a quilt. Nobody could fool her into talking to a machine. She pulled that ringing telephone box off the wall and donated it to the chickens. When her family arrived, she sat snoring and swatting flies in her sleep. She woke to find her new great grandbaby in her arms. That baby grew to be your great grandma. That grandma danced with her baby across the grass, laughing under the town's first street lights. Lamps on poles really could light a town. When the stars grew bright, Grandma and baby rode to the cousin's house for the baby's first taste of gooseberry pie. That baby grew to be your great grandma. That grandma took her kids fishing every day so all 7 of them could eat. She led them through fields, digging potatoes the harvesters had overlooked. She stuffed a room from floor to ceiling with potatoes to feed her family through the winter. They needed every one. And she still found time to have baby number 8, the exact baby you needed for you to someday be you. That baby grew to be your great grandma. That grandma listened to the radio with her baby and swirled with her baby among the tall trees, giving her baby baths just to keep her in a world of love and bubbles and no wars. After hundreds of baths, she turned the radio on and hollered with joy at what she heard, hugging her baby up and about of the water and running outside to find anyone who could tell her if it was true. The war was over. That baby grew to be your grandma. That grandma swung her baby high up in the crowd, Sitting on strong, slender shoulders, the child could see everything now, from sun to storm clouds to the band's loud guitars. It was like being the world's tallest person. When the rain came, the concert ended. But not their dancing. This was baby's first chance to ever splash in the rain and drink it straight from the sky. That baby grew to be your mother. Your mother was about to meet someone for the first time, someone who had never seen light or tasted air, someone who didn't know how to walk, talk, or even breathe. Your mother had so much to teach and share, and so many hugs built up inside her, just waiting. Tiny hands reached out to her from a nurse's arms. Click, 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 click. Pictures flew from at millions of miles an hour to far-off phones, igniting instant cheers. Someone had arrived. You. And who are you? You're a hollyhock hat and grandma snore, a gleeful squeal scattered chalk dust dreams, a baby's bare bottom and a bonnet under stars, a giggle and a gurgle blossoming from a quilt, a gooseberry pucker in a candlelit kitchen, a potato-stuffed room in a soapy shout of joy, a dance in the rain, and a mother's first hug. One hug among millions that took thousands of years to add up to you.